Good afternoon and welcome to the Keating Sports Center in Chicago, Illinois for another presentation of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks Athletics here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Today, it is the home opener and the conference opener for Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's volleyball as they get set to play host to the Edgewood Eagles. Sitting courtside here at the Keating Center, I'm Chris Rouse on the call, and with a new season of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's volleyball, hope springs eternal for head coach Mark Johnston in his 7th season as the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Come in with a record of 2-6 this season, but in today their home opening matchup against the Edgewood Eagles, which will be a part of a tri-match where Illinois Tech will face Edgewood here in match 1, Edgewood will face North Central, and then Illinois Tech will later face North Central College. But here in this tri-match, Illinois Tech opens their home slate. A year ago, Illinois Tech with only 10 home matches, they went 4-6. I say only, they went 4-6 in those 10 matches. Well, this year they will have even less. They are only scheduled to have 8 regular season matches, with 2 of them occurring here inside the Keating Center today against Edgewood and North Central. I had a chance to talk to Coach Mark Johnston before today's matchup, and Coach pretty much said that he's looking forward to the long-term development of his student athletes here at Illinois Tech. But so far, they are 2-6. They come in having won against the Andrews University Cardinals in their most recent outing. But Coach Mark Johnston said that he wanted to try to build for the long-term success of the players on his current roster while also building for the future. That's where the opponents in today's matchups come into play. The 5-3 Edgewood Eagles, they come in as the reigning 2-time defending NAC Conference champions, led by Paul Schlomer in his 20th season. Also led by Katie Borkert, who is leading the team in kills for this Edgewood Eagles roster. This is an Edgewood roster which brings back a lot of names from a season ago, which helped them reach their second consecutive NCAA women's volleyball tournament. They have Katie Borkert. They have Abby Evans. They also have Mia Henkamper, just to name a trio of players that will be featured in the starting lineup for head coach Paul Schlomer. Edgewood comes in with a record of 5-3 into today's opening matchup against Illinois Tech, having won their most recent outing against the Dubuque Spartans. Illinois Tech comes into this matchup having lost 6 of the previous 7 at the hands of the Edgewood Eagles. Edgewood with a record of 6-1 in the previous 7 matchups, including having won the last 4. And the last time these two teams matched up was on October the 3rd, 2024. Edgewood won 3-1 in that matchup. Illinois Tech hoping for different fortunes here in their home opener as we get the introduction of the starting lineups. The Edgewood Eagles come in with their white uniforms on with the black numbers and red trim. They're led by head coach Paul Schlomer in his 20th season, following a 24-10 season a year ago, which saw them win the NAC Conference Tournament Championship. Today, the Eagles will start with number 3, Mia Henkamper. Number 7, Peyton Miller. Number 8, Abby Evans. Number 9, Natalie Murphy. Number 14, Nita Yuskaskai. Number 17, Katie Borkert. And number 22, Marina Hostuk. Again, Schlomer in his 20th season, restocking the shelves. This is after Edgewood had a roster where they had the NAC Offensive Player of the Year and they were the coaching staff of the year. Now they're going to restock the shelves from within. Illinois Tech comes in with a record of 2-6. Mark Johnston in his 7th season. He will start with number 5, Sydney Wilson. Number 6, Brooke Rifkin. Number 8, Taryn Jones. Number 12, Rowan Midget. Number 13, Victoria Asperez. Number 14, London Francis. And Illinois Tech's kill leader to this point of the season, and Carla Troutman Mendez wearing number 21. Troutman Mendez last season led the way for Illinois Tech in terms of total kills. She's leading the way at this point with 77 for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. And mentioned for head coach Paul Schlomer last season, he had the NAC Player of the Year in Abigail Hoffman, the NAC Defensive Player of the Year in Abby Falk. He had 4 players named to all conference teams in the NAC, 2 named honorable mention. Going to have to restock the shelves this season, and so far so good behind the leadership of Katie Borkert, who has 87 kills. It will be Illinois Tech with the opening serve. It's Rowan Midget to start us off here inside the Keating Center. We're glad that you're joining us here to start the home opener for Illinois Tech women's volleyball, but not to start. The Scarlet Hawks want it there as Zukaskai gets the kill to make it 1-0 Edgewood. Nita Zukaskai, the 5'10 sophomore out of Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, gets the first point. It's Abby Evans on the serve. Outside hit opportunity for Illinois Tech is blocked out of play, and it'll be a point to the Scarlet Hawks to even us up early at 1 apiece. Bit of a tough play for Edgewood on that outside hit. It appeared that maybe they blocked it off the net. From my vantage point at the table, it looked as if the ball hit the net. It appeared maybe it hit a hand and then hit the net and bounced out of play to give Illinois Tech the point. Now they'll come back the other way with the Scarlet Hawks as Ana Sebastio gets the ace for the Scarlet Hawks to give Illinois Tech the early 2-1 advantage. Sebastio now with 10 service aces, make it 11 as she gets back-to-back And Illinois Tech with a hot start here inside the Keating Sports Center. Looking at Mark Johnston. He said there's a reason they're playing these two programs today here in this Illinois Tech tri-match. Edgewood, of course, the top of the conference. Wants to see how his team measured up against the best team in the conference. And so far, so good through our first 5 serves. As Illinois Tech now leads it 4-1. Serve controlled by Anna Sebastio, the senior out of Berlin, Germany. And then Sebastio sends one right under the net for a service error. Jukaskite will come off the floor here for Edgewood, and that will bring in Genesee Willie. Willie, the junior out of Grafton, Wisconsin, with her first serve of the afternoon. Willie with 3 service aces to this point of the season, did not add there. Great play by Henkamper, the libero for Edgewood. They set it up on the outside. The kill is successful for Natalie Murphy, the junior out of Inglewood, Colorado, comes through for the kill. Murphy entered this match with 35 kills. That's her 36th. Averaging just under a kill and a half per set at 1.3. Illinois Tech trying to set one up on the far side net. Outside hit opportunity the other way for Edgewood, and it finds Murphy again. And just like that, Edgewood, after being down 4-1 through the first 5 serves, they retaliate with the next 3 to even our score at 4 apiece. Ball received on the back line by Brooke Rifkin, the junior out of Dallas, Texas. Outside hit opportunity. And again, that's 3 straight for Murphy. And Edgewood, literally just off the arm of Murphy, has taken the lead here to regain a 5-4 edge here early in set 1. 3 kills for Murphy. Willie on the serve. Outside hit opportunity for Illinois Tech, played on by Wilson. And there's a violation, and the point will go to Edgewood. Illinois Tech coaching staff. Head coach Mark Johnston along with assistant coach Justin Parra with instructions for the Scarlet Hawks roster as they try to adjust to this rally from Edgewood, and the rally continues. That was Peyton Millen with the kill. Only fitting, number 7 for Edgewood gives them number 7 here in set 1. Millen, her 20th kill of the season, came in with 19. Middle of the floor for Illinois Tech, and the Scarlet Hawks retaliate with Asperez. Victoria Asperez, the junior out of Lakewood, California, certainly has been a key part of Mark Johnston's run as head coach here at Illinois Tech. And Asperez on the serve, which goes over clean. Outside hit for Edgewood. That ball bumped well up into the ceiling here at the Keating Center. Just missed it, actually. And now Lyndon Francis on the bump. Outside hit setup opportunity for Illinois Tech. Ball goes long, and the point to Edgewood at 8-5 on the scoreboard. It was a good pass by Francis trying to set up the outside hit. Hit just too long for Illinois Tech. And now the serve will come from Peyton Millen. Ball hit long here. Side out. We'll give it back to Illinois Tech. 8-6 on the service error. Going to the sideline, I'm looking at Peyton Millen, having some words with the Edgewood coaching staff, smiling as she goes back to the bench despite the service error. It'll be Carla Troutman-Mendez on the serve for Illinois Tech. Outside hit for Edgewood. Now Troutman-Mendez plays it on. Rowan Midget just decided to slap it over there, unsuccessful in getting the points. Good job on the pancake effort here by the libero Rifkin. Another outside hit. That one actually goes to the middle of the floor for Edgewood. And we've got a whistle as Hostica sent the ball over the net for Edgewood. Violation against Illinois Tech. Edgewood going with a pair of subs here. Number 12, Kate Gunderson, comes on, as does Molly Ament. It'll be Gunderson to serve here. Gunderson, one of 5 Edgewood Eagles that to this point of the season has played in every set for Coach Paul Schlummer's team. Action resumes now as Troutman-Mendez sends one out of play. The 5 players for Edgewood that had played in all of the 28 previous sets have all entered the match. Peyton Millen, Abby Evans, Kate Gunderson, Genesee Willie, and Katie Borkert. So all 5 of those players have come out in all 29 sets this season for the Edgewood Eagles. Rowan Midget sets up the outside hit. That's blocked at the top of the net, but it goes out of play. Good play by Hostica, but she sends it out of play. Just a tough break there for Edgewood as Illinois Tech really sent that one into no man's land, but the landing goes out for the side out. And the service error now from Wilson makes it an 11-7 Eagles advantage here. Remember, this is the first of 3 matches to be played. Edgewood will play the North Central Cardinals, which are that team sitting right behind me to my right here in the Keating Center. Awaiting both the second and final matches of the day, where Illinois Tech will take on North Central. North Central just played last night against Loris. And now Jukaskite unable to get the point there for Edgewood as the ball didn't make it back over the extender. Illinois Tech within 3. Middle of the floor for Edgewood. They go for the outside. Well played by Rifkin on the bump. Cross floor pass, sets it up for Jones, but unable to get the point for Illinois Tech. Scarlet Hawks will reload here. Second opportunity. Good effort by the Edgewood libero Hincamper, but it's a double hit, unfortunately, for Edgewood. I think Hincamper, if Hincamper was the player called for the double hit, that would make sense. She sort of staggered as she tried to make a play on the ball. May have led to her making a bit of a clumsy hit there. And while she was staggering to regain balance, made contact with the ball. There's a clean block for Rowan Midget, the sophomore out of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Comes up with a huge block there for Illinois Tech. This opening set, the momentum swinging back and forth here. Illinois Tech up 4-1 early on before Edgewood strung together a number of points to make it 6-4. One kill the difference until that kill was made by Edgewood. Makes it a 12-10 advantage on the board. Hincamper to serve as Peyton Millen runs back onto the floor for Edgewood. Number 7 in white is the closest to the net in the middle of the floor. Midget plays it to the outside. It was blocked at the top on Asperez's hit. There's another swing for Edgewood. That hit comes from Ament. Illinois Tech sets up the outside hit. Jones unable to get the point. Ball played to the middle of the floor, and Edgewood just hitting it long, as it will now be Illinois Tech serve. Actually, I think the official sent that one the wrong way. That's going to go to Edgewood as Hincamper will serve. The official initially said Illinois Tech got the point there. Ball hit long by Wilson. Outside hit opportunity, well run down by Midget, who came across the floor to make contact. Ball hit to the net, but just short for Troutman Mendez. Usually more short-handed. Carla Troutman Mendez just left one right into the middle of the net, and it makes it 14-10 Edgewood. Hincamper on the serve. There's a chance for Illinois Tech. Well placed by Taryn Jones, the sophomore out of St. Louis, Missouri. That was a good read by Illinois Tech. They simply just passed the ball across the floor. Jones realized everyone for Edgewood was shifted towards the opposite side of the floor. She just hit a line drive, got the kill. Illinois Tech controlling the serve. Midget sends it over. That was just out of the reach of Midget. Actually, you can see her tap her own chest as she walked back to the Illinois Tech huddle, saying that's on me. I sort of misread that one. And Edgewood back up 4, 15-11 here in set 1. Victoria Asperez getting the instructions from assistant coach Justin Parra. Abby Evans on the serve. It's Rifkin on the reception. Asperez thought maybe it was hit. The officials say no-go on that suggestion. And the point will go to Edgewood. Evans again. Junior out of Denver, Colorado on the serve. Jones, good hit, but it goes right to Borker. Outside hit for Edgewood. Jukaskite just couldn't lift that one over the net. That was a good effort from Nita. Pretty good hit. But once again, just couldn't lift it over the top of the net. And as a result, the hit from Jukaskite results in a point for Illinois Tech. And into the net here for for Sebastio. Will give the point to Edgewood. 17-12 Edgewood, Eagles by 5. Very fast-paced opening set here. Illinois Tech, once again, sort of taking advantage of some of that energy here in their home opener to get on the board early. But now Edgewood battling back. But as I say that, here's Carla Troutman-Mendez with another kill. And Illinois Tech back within 4 late here in set 1. Scarlet Hawks serve coming from Asperez. Asperez tries to go to that back corner, but leaves it alone. Edgewood controlling the serve here, as it will be Peyton Millen. Millen already with a kill to this point in the matchup. And now she'll pick up the service error, second service error of the match already for Millen. And it makes it 18-14. Edgewood still has the advantage. But now it goes to Carla Troutman-Mendez on the serve. Mendez 2 kills already here in this set. And Mendez sends it over clean. Played on by Willie. Francis, that ball got on Francis in quite a hurry. As Troutman-Mendez, I can see her sort of wiping up the floor as she got to her feet. She made contact with the ball, and when she hit it right to Francis, the ball got on Francis so quickly, really she couldn't react to make a quality play. Also, Troutman-Mendez wiping up the floor here for Illinois Tech. Serve coming from Edgewood will be Gunderson. Gunderson with 9 aces on the season for Edgewood coming into this matchup. Francis hits it over clean, and that time Francis had time to make a quality reaction, and as a result, she sent it over the net for the point. Francis, the senior out of Jacksonville, Florida. Smiling out there on the floor right now as Illinois Tech regains control of the serve. Sydney Wilson. Here's the hit from Edgewood. That was Borker. Outside hit for Jones. Jones loads one up, but she sends it out of play. Good read by Henkamper as she just watched it go past to make it 20-15 Edgewood. Willie comes out. Jukaskite comes on for Edgewood. And Illinois Tech will take a timeout. 20-15 Edgewood with the lead. We'll be right back with more here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network after this. Set 1 here at the Keating Sports Center between the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks and the Edgewood Eagles. Chris Rouse sitting courtside as this is match 1 of the Illinois Tech tri-match, the only tri-match the Scarlet Hawks will host this season. Illinois Tech only with 8 home matches, and today they will have 2 of them. Right now down 20-15 in set 1 at the hands of the 2-time defending NAC Conference Tournament champions, the Edgewood Eagles. Match 2 of the day will feature the Edgewood Eagles and the North Central College Cardinals. And then match 3, scheduled for approximately 5 p.m. local time, Illinois Tech will take on North Central to wrap up today. North Central coming in following a win last night over Loris. 9 straight matches won for North Central coming into today. Now, action resumes with London Francis getting the kill here for Illinois Tech. And the Scarlet Hawks able to pull back within 4 on the scoreboard. Rifkin to serve. And Rifkin sends it over clean. Outside hit opportunity for Zukaskai. It's good for the Edgewood kill. Makes it 21-16. As Edgewood starting to pull away from Illinois Tech here late in the opening set. Hincamper on the serve. Midget sets it up for Asperez. Well played to the back line for Edgewood with Borkert on the reception. Outside hit opportunity for Ament, and Ament makes it a 6-point advantage for Edgewood late in the opening set. Coach Mark Johnston said that he wanted to take the timeout, but the official, I think, told him he got it in a little bit too late. Taryn Jones sends it over for Illinois Tech. Outside hit set up for Ament. Kept alive by Illinois Tech's Rifkin. Now Edgewood sort of out of position here for Edgewood. You can see them just trying to get the ball over so they can reset. They get a double block on the other end by Millen and Zukaskai. Then they get a block on this near side by Ament, and Molly Ament has cleaned up the last couple of points for Edgewood as they now lead it 23-16 late in the opening set. Illinois Tech burning their final timeout early here in set 1, searching for answers. We'll see what they come up with on the other side of this break. The Edgewood Eagles lead set 1 23-16. Let's see if Illinois Tech can solve the problem on the other side of this timeout here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and YouTube Live. Back here live at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago. The Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks playing host to the Edgewood Eagles in match 1 of the day here in this Illinois Tech tri-match. Set 1 in favor of Edgewood right now with the Eagles up 23-16 over Illinois Tech. They've really had a strong performance the last few points thanks to Molly Ament. She's come up with a kill and a block. And now an ace for Edgewood as they extend their advantage out to 24-16. Looking to wrap up set 1 with Hincamper. Mia Hincamper looking to end the opening set with an ace, unable to do just that on that exchange. Now here's Ament, who's had Scarlet Hawks number the last few points. She leaves that one long, and it will now be 24-17 Edgewood with Rowan Midget back to serve. Illinois Tech looking to control the serve here to at least rally back late in the opening set. However, that ball goes long off the serve from Midget, and as a result, Edgewood takes set 1 by a score of 25-17. Quality all-around performance from the Edgewood Eagles in that opening set. Late rally there from Molly Ament as she was able to help Edgewood get a kill and a block to help them go up late once they got into the 20s on the point total. And as a result, Edgewood takes set 1 by a score of 25-17. Set 2 coming up on the other side of this break. The Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks will look to battle back. It was a pretty good start for Illinois Tech in set 1, but Edgewood, the 2-time defending NAC Conference Tournament champions, showing why they are one of the better teams in the NCAA Division III women's volleyball as they rally back to win set 1. Set 2 on the other side of this break. We'll be back with more on the Keating Sports Center after this quick break here on YouTube Live and the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Back here live inside the Keating Sports Center in Chicago. You're watching Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's volleyball here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Quite a busy place here at Illinois Tech this weekend as they've got the women's and men's soccer doubleheader going on. The Scarlet Hawks take on the St. Norbert Green Knights, but also here inside the Keating Sports Center, 3 volleyball matchups here in this Illinois Tech tri-match with the Scarlet Hawks currently trailing the Edgewood Eagles by a score of 1-0 through one set. Edgewood able to take the opening set by a score of 25-17. Coming up in game 2, scheduled for approximately 2:30 p.m. local time, Edgewood will take on North Central in match 2 of the day. And then in our final matchup at 5 p.m., Illinois Tech will host the North Central Cardinals. Illinois Tech, record of 2-6 thus far this season. It's their home and conference opener. Last season, Illinois Tech in 10 home matchups went 4-6, looking to get off on the right start here in 2025. But it will take a comeback effort, or at least 4 sets for Illinois Tech to get that first home win of 2025 if they're going to do it in this matchup against Edgewood. The teams will switch sides here. Edgewood, of course, in the white uniforms with the black numbers and letters with red trim. Also the nice black, red, and white racing stripes on the side of the uniforms, sort of. It's almost a racing stripe look. Meanwhile, Illinois Tech in the multicolored black and red uniforms with black shorts. They'll be going left to right. Edgewood will be going right to left. And the first serve of set 2 come from Abby Evans. Evans had 3 serves in the first set. No aces, no errors. And now Evans makes contact there. You can see Evans smiling as she and Borkert got to the ball there. A bit of a miscommunication there. Evans was going to try to play it on, but with Borkert right in her space, it was going to be a tough play for Evans to bump that ball into the air, even try to set it for anyone to send the ball back over the net. Serve coming from Sydney Wilson, and Wilson gets the ace. 2-0 Illinois Tech. Illinois Tech got off to a fast start in set 1, got off to a 4-1 advantage before Edgewood rallied back, and now Illinois Tech off to a 3-0 advantage early in set 2. And Illinois Tech, it may be that home opener energy for Illinois Tech. You're playing in front of the home crowd. Bit of a hot day here in Chicago and inside the Keating Center. As now Edgewood gets Peyton Millen to come through for the kill. And now a substitution here with Genesee Willie coming in for Jukaskite for Edgewood. Willie, the junior out of Grafton, Wisconsin. Willie sends it over. Midget sets up Jones on the outside. Partially blocked at the top of the net by Murphy. And now Murphy, after the great block, the ball came right back to Murphy. And her bump into the air goes out of play. As it was a bit of a straight line drive down the net. Makes it 4-1 Illinois Tech. Asperez on the serve. Here Coach Schlomer yelling dig at his roster. And as a result, they get the kill with Borkert. Borkert, the senior out of Lake Mills, Wisconsin. And I mentioned Paul Schlomer, he lost the NAC Offensive Player of the Year, the NAC Defensive Player of the Year. How do you restock the shelves? Well, you do it through Borkert, you do it through Evans, and you do it through Jukaskite. Along with Mia Hincamper and a number of other notable players on this Edgewood roster. Saw a good effort from Molly Ament to end that first set, which allowed Edgewood to pull away late. Edgewood now looking to rally back down 5-2. London Francis, middle of the floor. Good kill for Francis. Francis seemed like it took her a little while to get warmed up. You saw Francis strike for a few kills late in that first set. But she's come through here for Illinois Tech to give the Scarlet Hawks a 4-point advantage. 6-2 Scarlet Hawks. Troutman Mendez sends it over. Outside hit opportunity for Edgewood. Sent over by Borkert. Here comes Jones with Illinois Tech's opportunity, and off the double block out of play. Illinois Tech with a 5-point advantage, and they control the serve. here in set 2. It will be Troutman Mendez to serve. Once again, Carla Troutman Mendez entering today's match. 77 kills to lead the way for Illinois Tech. London Francis, just a simple set down for Illinois Tech. And Edgewood has seen enough. Coach Schlomer wants a timeout. 8-2 Scarlet Hawks. They have Edgewood searching for answers early here in set 2. Let's see what Edgewood comes up with on the other side of this break. Coach Schlomer and the Edgewood Eagles on their heels here in set 2. We'll be back with more on the other side of this break with Illinois Tech leading 8-2. Home opener here at the Keating Sports Center for Illinois Tech women's volleyball as the Scarlet Hawks currently play host to the Edgewood Eagles. But Illinois Tech comes into today's matchup having won 2 matches already. They beat the Andrews Cardinals in their most recent outing. That was on Wednesday. Illinois Tech able to win 3 sets to none, 25-15, 25-10, and 25-12 to beat Andrews. And then the previous Wednesday, the 10th, Illinois Tech able to beat Elmhurst 3-2. Elmhurst and Andrews, both teams, only 1 win thus far this season. But Illinois Tech, or at least to that point of the season, meanwhile, Illinois Tech looking to get their 3rd win. Going to have to at least do it in 4 sets. But Carla Troutman Mendez appears to be on fire here in set 2 as Illinois Tech has a 9-2 advantage. Troutman Mendez sends it over clean. Well played by Borkert. Outside hit for Edgewood. Does not clear the net. I think Coach Schlomer thought it was blocked. They're going to say it was a double. That was 4 hits from Edgewood, meaning the ball did not go over. Meaning when the ball went to the top of the net, it hit the net. It did not get blocked by Illinois Tech. Troutman Mendez to serve. Troutman Mendez with 3 kills to this point of the match, but it's her service that has helped Illinois control the match, or at least control this set. Off the hands of Rifkin and Edgewood able to get themselves back into the game as Rifkin did a good job making a chase there, but she sent that ball wide into the seats. So Edgewood able to get themselves going, and it'll be Kate Gunderson. 10-3 score. Illinois Tech awaiting the serve from Gunderson here. And that ball just out of play. I can hear the Edgewood coaching staff saying, get in. They thought that one was awfully close. Ball goes long. Illinois Tech by 8, 11-3 score. Coach Mark Johnston looks very pleased with his club here in the second set. Ana Sebastio to serve. Two aces from Sebastio. She also has an error. But in that situation, the error is made by Edgewood, and Illinois Tech able to take a 9-point advantage on the scoreboard with number 9 serving. Coach Johnston was saying that going up against an Edgewood team, they've won the conference the last 2 years. How does my team match up against the best team in the conference? How do they match up against some of the better teams in the region? Scarlet Hawks are going to find out today. They're holding their own here in set 2. Actually, a commanding advantage on the scoreboard. Ball sent over the net here from Rowan Midget. Outside hit opportunity for Borkert. Francis just punched it over the net. Outside hit. Rifkin sets it in the air. Outside hit again for Illinois Tech is blocked. Kept alive well by Wilson. Good effort from Illinois Tech. Who's going to get the swing that generates points? Sebastio to to Midget. It's Francis going for the kill. That ball goes in a kill for Illinois Tech. Scarlet Hawks by 10. London Francis answers the 13th point question of the quarter of the set for Illinois Tech, as Francis got the swing to generate the point there. Sebastio sends it over. Set to the middle of the floor for Edgewood. Outside hit for Troutman Mendez. That's off the hands of Hincamper. That was a bit of a laser from Troutman Mendez. Hincamper was just off to my right here at the table. Hincamper was able to get her hands on it, but that ball was hit so hard that was tough for Hincamper to really do anything with it. And I can see Hincamper look at the bench and say she just hit it so hard. And now Illinois Tech with Sebastio coming through for another kill. Scarlet Hawks with a 15-3 advantage. Edgewood has burned both of their timeouts here in the second set. The Edgewood Eagles down big. It's 15-3 here in set two. Scarlet Hawks looking to even this matchup at a set apiece on the other side of this break. Illinois Tech here in their home opener for the women's volleyball season. It's coming much later in the season than you would like. Illinois Tech already 2-6 thus far this season, taking on the Edgewood Eagles. But the Scarlet Hawks doing well in set two. They lead it 15-3. Paul Schlomer and the Edgewood Eagles, I can hear them in the huddle during the timeout saying they felt that this set could still be won, but it's going to be a glorious comeback. Probably going to be one of the most frustrating things we've ever done if we get this set. But right now, Illinois Tech up 15-4. Edgewood, however, able to control the serve following the error out of the timeout. Here's Wilson. That ball just inside the corner line. Illinois Tech with a 16-4 advantage. Scarlet Hawks starting to settle into a rhythm here. It appeared Illinois Tech they were feeding off emotion. They had a emotion-fed rhythm in that first set early on. But once the match settled down, it was Edgewood that controlled the first set. Now in set two, Illinois Tech up 16-5, but Edgewood still giving them all they can handle despite Illinois Tech having a commanding advantage on the scoreboard on the road to 25 here in set two. Hincamper. Mia Hincamper sends it to the back line. Wilson outside hit just over the head of Hincamper. Good read by Hincamper. As she was able to just slightly turn and see that ball was not going to land in play. And she will serve again, Mia Hincamper. Senior out of St. Louis, Missouri is Hincamper. Sends the ball over clean, and that was just a missed play by the usually sure-handed Troutman Mendez. And she just, almost as if she sort of fell asleep there. The ball hit her right in the hand, but she wasn't ready for it. And it drops to make it a 16-7 advantage for Illinois Tech. But Hincamper controlling the serve. The block again, but this time the point to Illinois Tech. Bit of a tough break for Edgewood. Slight frustration from Peyton Millen. She got there. That was a clean block, but when the ball landed right at her feet. Rowan Midget to serve. Midget sends it over. Jukaskite was the receiver there for Edgewood, and that actually set up a great play for Ament. And it was Ament who came through huge for Edgewood at the end of set one with a big block and a kill that allowed Edgewood to gain some late breathing room in that first set. Ament with 3 kills to this point of the matchup. Now Illinois Tech tries to send it to the back line. And the ball goes long. Good job getting out of the way. And a Marinier. Marinier appears as maybe she did get a hand on the ball. She's smiling as the play resumes. A lot of the fans thought maybe she got a hand on it. She let it go. No doubt about this one, as that's well over the head of the entire Edgewood back line. And it's now 17-10 Illinois Tech. But Coach Johnston wants to take a timeout. Maybe thought that point number 9 was questionable for Edgewood. No doubt about point 10. And Coach Johnston wants to talk about it. 17-10, Scarlet Hawks looking to maintain this lead here in set 2. We'll see if they hold on the other side of this break. Here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Chris Rouse here on the call at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago, where the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks are looking to hang on to a late set 2 advantage against their conference foes, the Edgewood Eagles. Edgewood has won the last 4 meetings between these 2 programs in women's volleyball. Illinois Tech looking to at least tie this second set, or at least tie this match by winning this second set. Edgewood looking to tie this second set, and if they would do it, it would go, going back to what Coach Paul Schlomer said on one of the timeouts earlier in the set, it would be a glorious time. It would be a glorious comeback. It would be one of the most frustrating things we've probably ever done in order to come back to win this set if we get it done. But Edgewood starting to rally late. Jukuskite had hers blocked at the top of the net on that swing. Here comes Marinier. That was blocked right at the front of the net by Asperez. Illinois Tech doing a good job controlling the front of the net. And Edgewood, I think, noticed that they punch it over the top in order to get the point. That was a tough break. Rifkin was actually backpedaling when the ball started its flight towards the Illinois Tech side of the floor. So it was going to be a tough adjustment to try to move forward. And at the last second, she did move forward. The ball fell at her feet. Middle of the floor here for Evans. Outside hit for Jukuskite is blocked. And the point to Illinois Tech. 18-12. Scarlet Hawks by 6. The energy certainly picking up here in the Keating Sports Center. We're scheduled for a noon first serve. Sort of starting to get some of that 1 o'clock energy here inside the Keating Center. There's Troutman Mendez with the block at the top of the net as she gains the point for Illinois Tech. So much excitement there from Troutman Mendez that she ran right into Victoria Asperez. I can see her turn and ask her if she was okay. Scarlet Hawks up 19-12 here in the set. Ball hit long. Point to Illinois Tech. Murphy on the hit. Coach Schlomer thought maybe Illinois Tech made contact with the ball there. The officials disagree. And now Illinois Tech first to 20 here in set 2, but Edgewood certainly made them work for it. Remember, Illinois Tech led 15-3 earlier in this set. They're just now getting to 20 here with Edgewood at 12. And there's the kill on the outside from Asperez. Scarlet Hawks able to flip the numbers on the scoreboard, 21-12. Scarlet Hawks by 9. Edgewood out of timeouts. They're going to just have to play this out the remainder of the second set. Wilson serve. Goes over clean. Ball blocked by Asperez. Hinkemper sets it up. Outside hit from Jukuskite. Now Rainier able to come up with the ball. Asperez puts it right down off the left hand. I believe that was Murphy in the middle of the floor. Or that actually may have been Millen. And the point goes to Illinois Tech. Makes it 22-12. Hincamper. Tough reception for Edgewood, but they are able to get the dig and send the ball over. Taryn Jones goes for the kill. Blocked at the top. Midget for Troutman Mendez. Blocked at the top by Zukaskai and Millen, but there was no help behind the double block for Edgewood. As a result, Illinois Tech goes up 23-12. Remember, Edgewood, no timeouts. They have to play this out here with Wilson on the serve. Evans steps up Zukaskai. Millen just barely able to get that ball over the net. Taryn Jones reloads. Hers is blocked at the top of the net by Murphy. The Edgewood faithful happy to see it from Murphy. That was a clean block, and she was able to get that ball down. And now Edgewood goes with a sub. They will go with Genesee Willie to replace Zukaskai. 23-13. Wilson for Mendez. Troutman Mendez comes through with the kill. And Illinois Tech now looking at set point here, 24-13. It will be Asperez to serve. This will be a huge momentum boost for Illinois Tech to take this second set from Edgewood. Outside hit opportunity for the Eagles. And the point goes to the visitors from Edgewood, from Madison, Wisconsin. That was Borkert to get the kill. Edgewood trying to get a sub here. Peyton Millen was slated to serve there. Instead, it will be Sade Partlow. Partlow, the first-year player out of Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. She will come in here to serve and try to at least maintain control of the serve for Edgewood for quite some time. And I think Partlow sort of jumped the gun there as Coach Johnston was having words with one of the officials. Partlow yet to record a kill or an ace to this point of the season for Edgewood. Would love to do it here as they try to rally back from down 10 late in the second set. It's going to be an improbable comeback if done, but London Francis just decides to stamp it out now and give Illinois Tech the second set victory by a score of 25-14. So Illinois Tech able to rally back and at least tie the match at a set apiece. Illinois Tech had the lead early in set one. Edgewood rallied back to win 25-17. Illinois Tech thoroughly in control of set two, 25-14, as the team switch benches for set three. We'll be back with set three action here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network on YouTube Live on the other side of this break. We're tied at a set apiece, set three on the other side of this break when we come back. Set three getting ready to begin here inside the Keating Sports Center in Chicago. The Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks able to battle back and win set two over the Edgewood Eagles by a score of 25-14. He's coming after Edgewood won set 1, 25-17. So we know we're going at least 4 sets here in match 1 of the day. Still to come at approximately 2:30 p.m. local time. It will be the Edgewood Eagles taking on the North Central Cardinals. And then in our final matchup of the day, scheduled for approximately 5 p.m. local time, it will be the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks playing host to the same North Central Cardinals, which will appear in match 2 of our 3 matches on the day. North Central comes in today with a record of 10-2. They're 1-0 in the CCIW, and they come in having won 9 straight matches. So it should be a fun matchup. Actually, both of our other 2 matches today should be fun, just as much fun as our conference matchup here between Illinois Tech and Edgewood to start the day. Huge second set for Illinois Tech from London Francis. Francis had 1 kill in set 1. In set 2, she turned it around, ended up with 4. She only has 5 kills. I say only 5 because Asperez and Carla Troutman-Mendez both have 6. But London Francis, clearly the key player, number 14 for Illinois Tech, standing in the middle of the floor at that back line, coming through big for Illinois Tech with her 4 kills to get her to 5 in set 2. Bit of a hot one here inside the Keating Center. See some of the players out there fanning themselves on the floor as they await the first serve here of this 3rd set. For Edgewood, really just a tough break for the Edgewood Eagles. They were down 15-3 early in that 2nd set. And once again, I heard Coach Paul Schlomer say that his team still had a chance to win that set. But it's probably going to be one of the more frustrating set victories they've ever had if they win it. They were unable to get the set victory thanks to the big performance there from London Francis. Also good discipline from Illinois Tech in that 2nd set as well. Edgewood won 3-0 in their most recent outing against the Dubuque Spartans. Needed 26 in 2 of the sets in order to do it. Now here in set 3, Edgewood looking to retaliate to Illinois Tech winning in the 1st set, and they do just that with the ball going out of play from Sydney Wilson. So a bit of an error for Illinois Tech, helping the cause for Edgewood. Edgewood played on Tuesday. It was a 26-24 set 1 win, 25-23 set 2 win, and then a 26-24 set 3 wins. So they won literally by 2 in all 3 sets against Dubuque. They won the 1st set today, 25-17. Troutman-Mendez had that one blocked. That was Millen on the block. Murphy was there, but from my vantage point here at the table, I can really sort of see that one hit nothing but Millen's elbow and went right down on the Illinois Tech side of the net. Edgewood by 2. Genesee Willie. Ball tapped over the net. And the point to Edgewood makes it 3-0. Violation there for Illinois Tech. And will give control of the serve back to Willie. Ball goes long, and Illinois Tech, via the service error, will pick up their first point here in set 3. 3-1 score. Edgewood awaiting the serve here from Sydney Wilson, sophomore out of Ohio. Ball goes to the back line. Outside hit opportunity for Edgewood. Goes long, out of play, off the hands of Borkert. Borkert with 4 kills in the matchup. Couldn't get 5 as she just sends that ball long. Illinois Tech controlling the serve. Only to give it right back on the error from Wilson. 4-2 Edgewood. Wilson with a pair of aces. Now a pair of service errors for Illinois Tech's number 5. Meanwhile, Edgewood's number 7, Millen, on the serve. And that ball goes out of play. 4th service error of the match for Peyton Millen. Yet to get an ace. Millen does have 3 kills, however. But Illinois Tech able to take over and control the serve off her latest error. Midget sets it up for Troutman-Mendez. You can see Troutman-Mendez, she was surprised by how quickly that one was blocked. She hit the ball hard. Borkert was right there for the block. And Troutman Mendez had it got on her so quick that she had time to look up and almost have this look of shock that it came right back at her head, and so quickly it went over her head as well. And Edgewood was able to get the point and take a 5-3 advantage. Gunderson sends it over, and Gunderson gets an ace. Bit of a miscommunication there from Illinois Tech. Coach Johnston communicating with his team. Illinois Tech, whenever they've been on this side of the floor, when they're going right to left, so the north side of the net, they've been wiping the floor consistently. Seen a lot of slipping here. Now here's London Francis, who hits it back to Hincamper. Tough play for Mia Hincamper, and as a result, Francis gets her 6th kill of the matchup. 4 kills in set 2 for Francis. Illinois Tech serve. Troutman Mendez sends it over clean. Middle of the floor play to the outside for Edgewood. Good job by Francis to get there before Booker could make a play. Bit of a tough play for Illinois Tech. Edgewood thought that ball hit the ground. The officials say Taryn Jones was able to get a hand underneath. Jones actually with a bit of a block. She took that ball to the shoulder. She resets this Jones, believes it's short. Point to Edgewood. Jones very active in that last rally there. She was involved with about 3 swings there. She had a block. She had the ball blocked off her face. She was able to get down to the ground to get the dig as she got her hand underneath the ball, but then on the final hit from Jones, she hit it into the net. Middle of the floor for Edgewood, played on by Troutman Mendez. They set up Jones to the Scarlet Hawks. Jones is blocked, but it lands out of play. Point to Illinois Tech. Tough break for Hostika. She did the right thing. She got to the top of the net. She was able to send it back, but it lands out of play. And now Sebastio to serve. 7-5 Edgewood. Sebastio sends it over to Hincamper. Outside hit for Edgewood, blocked by Francis. Midget was also there. Francis blocked it again, but this time it landed on her shoulder and then landed to the floor. Edgewood with a 3-point advantage, 8-5. Mia Hincamper certainly has had her name called a lot in this matchup. More so in that first set and more lately here in set 3. Here picks up a service error, does Hincamper. And Illinois Tech back within 2, 6-8, our score. Or 8-6, Edgewood score with 6 serving 8. Speaking of 6 serving 8, it comes from Illinois Tech 6, Rifkin. Good job by Rifkin and Sebastio on that back line. Troutman Mendez sends it over. There's Hincamper again. That ball off the hand of Hincamper. And actually a tough break from Mia Hincamper. Did a good job to get down for the dig. The ball just bounced the wrong direction. And Illinois Tech 7 serving 8 here. Chance to tie with Rifkin on the serve. Rifkin attended Richardson High School, was one of the better players in the state of Texas during her preps days at Richardson. Here's Troutman Mendez. Sends it over to Hincamper. Midget sets up Wilson. Good job by Wilson to bump the ball over properly. Right angle to get it over. Ament had it blocked at the top of the net. Millen made a hit. Got to be 4. Carl Schlomer disagreed. He thought maybe Millen didn't make contact. Millen was certainly in the mix for what appeared to be 2 pieces of contact. And they're going to call 4 against. Yes, they're saying they hit the shoulder of Millen. And they're going to send Katie Borkert over to give Schlomer the explanation. Rifkin to serve again. Sends it over clean to Rifkin. Ball to the back line. Scarlet Hawks take the lead here in set 3. Brooke Rifkin, one of the most active players for Illinois Tech, was the only player for Illinois Tech going into their last match to have played in every set. And now Rifkin, after controlling the serve, sends it over, it goes long, and the point will go to Edgewood. But Rifkin this season has played more sets than anyone for Illinois Tech, has played, coming into the match, 31 of a potential 32. And the one set she missed was in their most recent outing against Andrews. Here's Wilson, who sends it over to Henkamper. Middle of the floor for Edgewood, and the kill makes it a 10-9 Eagles advantage. These two teams, it certainly looks like a conference matchup. They've been evenly matched throughout the early part of this Saturday afternoon inside the Keating Center. Rifkin played it to Midget, who played it to Asperez, and Asperez gave Illinois Tech the kill. Tied at 10. Coach Mark Johnston continuing to watch on as assistant coach Parra gives the instructions. Rowan Midget to serve. This could be a huge point in the matchup moving forward, considering we're tied at 10 in set 3. This is certainly a pivot point in a pivot set. And the kill goes to Midget. Illinois Tech up 1. Rowan Midget comes through. First kill of the day for Midget. And it gives Illinois Tech the 11-10 advantage in set 3. Midget on the serve. Jukaskite on the reception. Ball played to the back line. That's Sebastian. Troutman Mendez couldn't quite lift it over the net. And Edgewood able to break even here at 11 apiece. And now the Eagles control the serve. It'll be Genesee Willie. Willie with 2 assists and 1 service error and gets her first ace of the day and picks a huge time to do it. It was a pivot point. She gives Edgewood the 12-11 advantage. Willie had 3 service aces entering the matchup, just got her 4th. Troutman Mendez sends it back to Willie, who sends it over the net, and Willie gets the kill. In a matter of 2 serves, Genesee Willie went from no kills or service aces to a kill and an ace to basically offset the service error she had earlier in the matchup. She also has 2 assists, and now Edgewood has a 3-point advantage thanks to the block at the top of the net. Coach Mark Johnston wants a timeout. Eagles by 3 as they were able to rally back after Illinois Tech took the 11-10 lead off the 10-10 pivot point. Edgewood able to break even at 11 apiece, and now they've taken advantage off the pivot, and now they've taken the lead at 14-11. Timeout Scarlet Hawks. They're trying to bounce back here in set 3. Let's see if who will come away with a huge third set on the other side of this break. Live at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago, Illinois. Illinois Tech currently trailing the Edgewood Eagles in this Illinois Tech women's volleyball home opener. Also the conference opener for both teams. Coach Mark Johnston standing just to my right, watching on following the timeout. He certainly seemed excited to play the 2 teams that he's playing today. He's facing the NAC conference champions, the Edgewood Eagles. So a good job, good way to test where you are in the conference, then taking on the best team. Also taking on a North Central team, which comes in having won their 9th consecutive match. Look like they're going to be a serious threat in NCAA Division III women's volleyball this season. Meanwhile, the serve here from Wilson goes long, and it's 15-12 Edgewood. Coach Johnston was saying of his players now, he's really with the players now, as he tries to rebuild his program, he's worried about their long-term future, where they're going to go after volleyball is over, and they're no longer students and also potentially no longer athletes. He's more worried about them as people. Meanwhile, he tries to work on recruiting players that fit a team that could make a run here in NCAA Division III women's volleyball. Here's Midget, sets it up for Jones. That ball was blocked at the top of the net. The point goes to Edgewood, and it'll make it 16-12. Scarlet Hawks thought they were going to get the point there. And a few boos here at that call as Edgewood takes a 4-point advantage. Peyton Millen on the serve. Outside hit opportunity for Troutman Mendez, and the point to Illinois Tech. 16-13 Edgewood, but Scarlet Hawks now controlling the serve. It will be Asperez. London Francis comes into the matchup, or returns to the matchup for Illinois Tech, as Asperez gets ready to send it over. Asperez sends it to the back line to Borkert. Outside hit is blocked by Taryn Jones. Good hands from Taryn Jones, who's actually been all over the floor for Illinois Tech today, has had a number of notable plays. There's a huge block for Jones. Jones with 3 kills to this point of the matchup. Actually can add one. As Illinois Tech back within now a point as they get another block on the board. 16-15 Edgewood. Scarlet Hawks control the serve, but the serve results in an error, unfortunately, for Asperez. And that was, again, a tough opportunity, a tough time for Illinois Tech to get that result, because they had an opportunity to tie the match, or tie the set. Gunderson to serve. Gunderson, 9 assists, also has an ace and an error on her service attempts today. Taryn Jones, good job with the overhead bump. Outside set. That was Ament, who's been successful late in sets for Edgewood today. Outside hit for Illinois Tech, played to Ament. Gunderson sets up Borkert. Rifkin charges in. Midget sets up Francis. Midget sends it over. The ball hit the net. Edgewood playing on here. Good job by the Eagles players to keep going despite what the bench perceives to be a missed call. Rifkin sends it over. Now Gunderson sets up Borkert, and Edgewood ends up with the point after all. 18-15 Edgewood. Coach Schlomer continuing to have some words with his team. He thought maybe there was a missed whistle there, maybe a missed point for Edgewood, but good job by the Eagles to keep their poise and concentration. They kept their head in the game, and as a result, they ended up with the point there. Here's Borkert. Jones on the reception. Midget to set up Jones. And Taryn Jones played on by Mia Henkamper. Outside hit from Molly Ament, and Ament sends it long. Side out here, point to Illinois Tech. 18-16 score. Carla Troutman Mendez to serve. Illinois Tech, it seems like they're right there. It just seems if they could string together maybe 3 or 4 rallies of points, you could be in control of this set. Coach Schlomer having some words with one of the officials and his team. I think they're checking the serve. I think they're checking to see if both teams have the right server or if there's any more substitutions here. And now, Coach Schlomer, I can see look at his team there. And he held up the number 1. But now it'll be Troutman Mendez to serve for Illinois Tech. Good energy here inside the Keating Center. Troutman Mendez with 9 kills, but unfortunately that's going to be a service error, her first of the afternoon. And now Edgewood by 3. Now Coach Johnston having some words with one of the officials. I can hear him asking about Borkert as a server here. Meanwhile, Borkert sends it out of play, makes it 19-17. Illinois Tech down 2, but they'll control the serve. Taryn Jones out. Anna Sebastio in. Sebastio, the senior out of Berlin, Germany. Yet to record a kill, but she has 4 aces. Also has 3 service errors to this point. Neither on that play. Owen Midget sets up Francis. Francis hit it well, but she hit it right into the hands of Jukaskite. And that leads to a 20-17 advantage. Hincamper to serve. Hincamper with 3 aces. Also 10 digs. 10 digs leads the way for Edgewood. Ball hit long for Illinois Tech. And Edgewood by 4. Coach Johnston not liking what he's seeing. He wants a timeout. 21-17. Edgewood by 4 late in set 3. Let's see who could take the advantage in this pivotal third set going into set 4. Conclusion of set 3 on the other side of this timeout here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Courtside here at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago, Illinois. This is Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's volleyball here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Illinois Tech hosting a tri-match today here in match 1 against the Edgewood Eagles. Match 2 of the day scheduled for approximately 2:30 p.m. where Edgewood will take on North Central. And then at 5 p.m., Illinois Tech will take on North Central themselves to wrap up the day. Illinois Tech only 8 home matches on the regular season schedule this season. The next time they'll be at home after today's tri-match will be October 8th, Wednesday, October the 8th. And the Scarlet Hawks take on the Concordia University of Chicago Cougars. That's scheduled for 6 p.m. first serve, Wednesday, October the 8th, right here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Scarlet Hawks with a good video backup, good B-roll background for the promo there as they get the kill to make it 21-18, Edgewood Eagles. The Scarlet Hawks still trying to rally back with Rifkin on the serve. Outside hit. Jukaskite just sends that one perfectly past Rifkin. That was going to be a tough play. I mentioned how Rifkin, how great she was as a prep player at Richardson in Texas. Was the 2021 Texas District 7-6A Defensive Player of the Year. Now the libero here for Mark Johnston's Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Ball goes to the back line. Outside hit for Wilson. Wilson just able to tap it over. Hincamper sets up Jukaskite. Good job by Sebastio. Rifkin, I don't know if Rifkin lost where the ball was going. That was a good effort, but the point goes to Edgewood. You see Coach Johnston, and it appears he's saying he's got to communicate there. That's just a tough play. Well, Rifkin got to the ball, but the ball just went the opposite direction, and it goes the same here. Edgewood able to get the points, make it 24-18. Match point, set point here with Edgewood looking to take a huge advantage in the match. Evans was the server there for Edgewood. Wilson to Midget, back to Wilson, off the hands of Edgewood. Point to Illinois Tech. Good communication between the officials. It appears maybe the top judge there maybe missed the deflection. Good job by the floor official to communicate that one was definitely hit at the top of the net. Illinois Tech going to need a huge rally in order to win this set. Midget on the serve. Jukaskite looking for the kill. It's blocked out of play, and Edgewood takes the third set by a score of 25-19. We had a number of pivotal points, a number of pivotal serves in that pivotal set, but when it's all said and done, it's Edgewood walking away with set 3 and now looking to conclude matters in the fourth set. Can the Scarlet Hawks force a fifth and deciding set? We'll find out when set 4 begins when we return with more Illinois Tech women's volleyball here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. This is the home opener and the conference opener for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's volleyball team. So far through 3 sets, they trail the Edgewood Eagles by a score of 2-1. Edgewood able to win set 1 25-17 and able to take a pivotal third set by a score of 25-19. Illinois Tech took set 2 by a score of 25-15, led by 4 kills from London Francis in that second set. Meanwhile, for Edgewood, really just able to pull away in some of the pivotal points of that third set. It appeared as if Illinois Tech, when they took the 11-10 advantage, the score was tied at 10. Illinois Tech was able to take an 11-10 advantage, and it seemed as maybe they had the momentum, but that shifted in a hurry, with Edgewood able to come back and make it 11 apiece on the scoreboard before jumping out to a 14-11 score. And then down the stretch of set 3, appeared to just be too much for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. And as a result, they lead this match 2-1. Edgewood getting ready for North Central. That's coming up following the conclusion of this matchup. That's scheduled for approximately 2:30 p.m. local time. And Edgewood would love to win this matchup here in set 4. Don't want to have to go to that best of 5 fifth and deciding set, best of 15, first to 15, best of 5, fifth and final set. But now here in set 4, Edgewood beginning with Evans on the serve. It's Evans again for Zhukaskite. Had it blocked at the top of the net by Troutman Mendez, and the point to the Scarlet Hawks. For Illinois Tech, it's been about maintaining energy. It seems early in these sets, the Scarlet Hawks, they have the energy. It's just as the set goes along, Edgewood has been able to methodically wear the Scarlet Hawks down to this point of the matchup. Played to the middle of the floor for Illinois Tech. Outside hit opportunity for Troutman Mendez. Sent over the net. Ball played into the air by Taryn Jones. First look at Veronica Lopez, first-year player out of Dunlap, Illinois, number 7 for Illinois Tech. And unfortunately for Lopez, unable to handle the ball as Edgewood gets the point off of her hand. We're tied at 1 apiece. It'll be Willie to serve. Edgewood looking to take the advantage here in set 4. Lopez plays it for Troutman Mendez. Kept alive by Evans. Hincamper sets it up. Play to the outside for Borkert. Point to Edgewood. Eagles have made the trip in from Madison, Wisconsin. They beat Dubuque earlier this week to go to 5-3 on the season. And while at times Illinois Tech has given them pretty much all they can handle today inside the Keating Center, Edgewood obviously has come out on top more often than the Scarlet Hawks by way of their 2-1 set advantage here in the 4th set. Remember, 25-17 set 1, 25-19 set 3 for Edgewood. Illinois Tech won set 2 by the score of 25-14. Now the kill in the middle of the floor again for Edgewood's Peyton Millen, and the Eagles lead at 3-1. Genesee Willie to serve. Mendez on the outside hit. And Troutman Mendez, that was just great placement. And she put that one just inside the line. That was going to be a tough play for Evans. Makes it 3-2 score. Scarlet Hawks control the serve. Down 1. Hincamper on the reception. Outside hit. This time for Murphy. Ball tapped over the net by Troutman Mendez, and the point. Illinois Tech able to tie at 3. I can hear Paul Schlomer, the coach of Edgewood, right next to me. He was calling tip, tip, tip. And that's exactly what Troutman Mendez did in order to tie the score at 3 for Illinois Tech. Ball hit long this time from Millen. Millen immediately put the hand over her mouth after watching that ball go long. And now Illinois Tech by 1. Asperez played on by Hincamper. Outside hit for Edgewood is successful for Borkert. Borkert, of course, the team leader in kills for Edgewood entering the day. Comes up with a big kill there to tie this set at 4-piece. Good back and forth here to start set 4. That was Millen on the serve. Troutman Mendez blocked out of play. Scarlet Hawks get the point, 5-4 as the ball goes out off the hands there. And now it'll be Troutman Mendez to serve. Carla Troutman Mendez, 11 kills. Yet to record an ace. Does have a service error, however, today for Illinois Tech. Evans sets it up for Borkert. Coach Schlomer was calling for the corner there. Illinois Tech played the corner well, and as a result, they return fire and take a 6-4 advantage. Fun battle of the birds here to start the day. It'll be battle of the birds all afternoon. We got the Scarlet Hawks, the Cardinals, and the Eagles all here inside the Keating Center. Evans trying a quick set over the net. Borkert goes up. Borkert gets it blocked, but it lands on the Illinois Tech side of the net as Rowan Midget really just knocked it at her own feet, makes it 6-5. Scarlet Hawks by 1, but now Edgewood again controlling the serve. Gunderson to serve. Gunderson sends it over. Played on the back line. Outside hit opportunity for Illinois Tech. Actually played in the middle of the floor for the outside hit, meaning right about the line to split the front and back line. Gonna be a long run, and that miraculously went over as Gunderson hit the ball off Hostika, and it went over. And Edgewood, bit of an improbable point there, but the Eagles get it there. Gunderson was really just trying to send the ball in the air. She hit it off Hostika. I hit it off her shoulder, and it bounced perfectly over the net. And Illinois Tech struggled on the hit as their swing ended up in a point for Edgewood. Gunderson. There's Midget who plays it for Francis. Hincamper sends that bump high into the air. It's well played by Gunderson and sent over by Willie. Rowan Midget with the tap gets the kill. Illinois Tech back up 1. 12-on-12 there as Midget hit that one off the shoulder of Gunderson. feel like Rowan Midget and Kate Gunderson, they've been the two players most involved the last maybe 4 swings of this matchup. Ana Sebastio. Backline serve. It is just out of play. 7 apiece. Katie Borkert. Back to serve for Edgewood. As she looks to break the tie for her club. Borkert. Played on by Sebastio. Midget sets up Troutman Mendez in the kill for Carla Troutman Mendez. Gives Illinois Tech an 8-7 advantage. 13 kills for Troutman Mendez on the match. At 13, that leads the way for all players. Borkert has 9 to lead for Edgewood. And now Illinois Tech again by 2 at 9-7 here in set 4. Serve coming. Goes long. Point to Edgewood. Makes it 9-8. Mia Hincapper to serve. Hincapper, the 5'5" senior out of St. Louis, Missouri. Nice high leap on the serve. Midget tries to slam it down and does just that. Rowan Midget gives Illinois Tech a 10-8 lead here in set 4. Midget with her 3rd kill of the match. Veronica Lopez, the 5'5" first-year player out of Dunlap, who we are seeing for the first time in this set. We saw her earlier in the set. But the first action she's getting today here in set 4. She serves this one long. It's an error to make it a 10-9 Scarlet Hawks advantage. Coach Schlomer calling for Natalie Murphy, number 9, back onto the floor, along with Abby Evans. Evans on the serve. Lopez sets up Troutman Mendez in the kill. Good job by Veronica Lopez. Comes in and gets an assist for the Scarlet Hawks. Illinois Tech with an 11-9 advantage. Timeout. Scarlet Hawks lead it by 2 here in set 4. We'll keep it here throughout this break. Remember, this is the first of 3 matches to be played here at this Illinois Tech tri-match. Illinois Tech taking on Edgewood in this their home and conference opener. Coming up next, Edgewood will take on North Central as the Cardinals put their 9-match win streak on the line against the reigning, defending 2-time NAC Conference Tournament champions, the Edgewood Eagles. And then in the conclusion, scheduled for approximately 5 p.m., the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks will take on the North Central Cardinals to wrap up our tri-match here today inside the Keating Sports Center. Illinois Tech will be back home on October the 8th, Wednesday, the October the 8th, when they take on the Concordia University of Chicago Cougars. Only 8 home matchups for Illinois Tech. They have 2 of them today, and then the next one, October the 8th, when they take on another conference opponent in CUC, the Concordia University of Chicago Cougars. Right now, Scarlet Hawks with an 11-9 advantage in set 4. If you're just joining us, Edgewood took set 1 25-17. Illinois Tech took set 2 25-14. And Edgewood took set 3 25-19. Edgewood looking to wrap this matchup in 4 sets. Illinois Tech looking to force a 5th and deciding set. Serve coming here from Illinois Tech. It was Wilson. Lopez able to get down, and the Scarlet Hawks send the ball over to Troutman Mendez. Good dig from Lopez. Ball hit to the back line, and the point to Edgewood. Troutman Mendez. Actually, Troutman Mendez, she held her head. She says it's about the 2nd or 3rd time the ball has come back to her rapid fire towards her head, so it's been tough for her to make a play. And as a result of that one, that play, Edgewood able to maintain or regain control of the serve. Lopez played it to Asperez. Hincamper sends it to Murphy. Murphy just hit it right down to the net. 12-10 Illinois Tech. Victoria Asperez. Sends it over. Ball played to the back line and then to the front as Evans and Murphy get involved for Edgewood. And the Eagles back within 1 here in set 4. Peyton Millen. Millen on the serve. Lopez, outside hit for Troutman Mendez. That one takes a funny bounce in front of Murphy and Evans. And it leads to Illinois Tech taking a two-point advantage here in set 4. And Coach Schlomer looks like he was signaling time out here. Or maybe they're just trying to get that west spot. Now, remember, I mentioned this earlier. When Illinois Tech had been on this north side of the net, you see a number of players falling and slipping and hitting the floor. It appears that Coach Schlomer, I'm not sure if he wanted them to wipe the floor, if he just wanted a sub here. And he's going to take Marina Hostica out of the matchup, the sophomore out of Oakland, Illinois. Out of nearby De La Salle, go to the bench in favor of Scarlett Simkowski, another first-year player out of Oak Park, Illinois, attended River Forest. So 2 Illinois players on this Wisconsin roster, this team that's based out of Wisconsin, exchange for one another. And now the point for Edgewood, as it appears that the Eagles training staff, they're going to take a look at Hostica. And she's standing up. She's now sitting at the table. She was able to walk under her own power to the table, but they are checking on 22 in white as we speak. Kate Gunderson to serve, number 12 in white. Trying to get Edgewood off her jersey number on the scoreboard because they trail by 1. Ball hit across the floor by Taryn Jones. It's going to be a tough play for Hencamper. The Edgewood coaching staff, they were trying to tell her, don't chase it. That was just a tough play as they got on Hencamper in a hurry. Thought maybe she could make something happen. Anna Sebastio to serve. Goes to the back line. Ball bumped in the air. Borkert sends it over. Well played by Illinois Tech. Outside hit for Troutman Mendez is blocked at the top of the net. And there it is again. There was Borkert at the top of the net. Willie was also there. That's been the issue for Troutman Mendez. Some of those blocks, they get on her head relatively quickly. It's hard for anyone to do anything. And Illinois Tech clinging to a 1-point advantage with Edgewood controlling the serve. Wilson sends it to the back line. Great play by Hencamper for the dig. Rifkin sends it over. Here's Edgewood coming back with another chance to go for goal. Go for the point there. Wilson trying to get the point for Illinois Tech. Jukaskite sends it over with the point to Illinois Tech. 15-13 Scarlet Hawks. Illinois Tech, if they're going to go down, certainly make it be known they're not going to go down without a fight. Rifkin on the serve. Middle of the floor opportunity for Simkowski. Wilson sends it long, out of play. 15-14. 14 serving 15 now. Looking to even the scoreboard here in set 4. Here's Hencamper. Mia Hencamper sends it over. Goes to the back line to Sebastio. Played on well. Gunderson. Gave it to Ament there. Outside opportunity for Wilson. Wilson did a good job keeping it alive for Rifkin, who then plays it for Wilson. Outside hit for Zukaskai. And the kill. Nita Zukaskai comes through with a huge kill there for Edgewood as it now ties the score at 15. Gives Edgewood control of the serve. Zukaskai with that kill, that's her 6th of the match. Middle of the floor for Troutman Mendez, into the net, and Edgewood able to rally off a pair of points and take a 1-point advantage. It appeared as if Coach Johnston was going to go with Veronica Lopez. Changed his mind. He's going to just play this on with Illinois Tech down 1. Hencamper. The serve went over. Midget set it up for Wilson for Illinois Tech. Gunderson for Zukaskai. Back line. point to Illinois Tech. The entire Edgewood roster thought maybe there was a deflection there. The officials say otherwise. And now the score tied, and now Lopez will come on the floor now to replace Rowan Midget. Lopez, middle of the floor serve. Gets the ball over clean. Gunderson sets it up for Millen. It was blocked by Illinois Tech. Lopez to Rifkin. Outside hit for Carla Troutman-Mendez. Violation will go against Edgewood, and Illinois Tech takes the 1-point advantage late in set 4. The energy has certainly picked up. The intensity has picked up. Also, credit to the big fans around the Keating Center. The air has also helped the temperature drop here. As now Wilson gets the kill for Illinois Tech. It's relatively hot early on. We saw some of the players fanning themselves. These two teams starting to get into a rhythm now in set 4. 18-16 Illinois Tech. Edgewood timeout. Can the Scarlet Hawks force a fifth and deciding set? We'll find out after this break here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Courtside at the Keating Sports Center in Chicago. Set 4 between the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks and the Edgewood Eagles. Edgewood leads the match 2-1, but they've burned their timeouts here in set 4 with Illinois Tech up 18-16 and threatening to force a fifth and deciding set. Coming up at approximately 2:30 p.m. locally, it will be the Edgewood Eagles taking on the North Central Cardinals. But right now, Edgewood gaining a point against Illinois Tech, trying to get the win in their first match of the day. Good play there from Molly Ament, who's, once again, certainly been effective for Edgewood in this matchup. That is the 4th kill for Ament. Ament was huge when Edgewood wrapped up set 3 to win 25-19. And once again, we got players all over the floor. There's been a lot of perspiration on the floor due to players diving all over the place, trying to make spectacular digs or make spectacular plays on the ball. But now action resumes with Abby Evans on the serve. Lopez for Wilson. Ball blocked at the top of the net. Good job by Millen to keep it alive. It was Millen who made the initial block. Ball sent over the top. Good job by Murphy. Evans for Zukaskai. Played to the back line. Lopez outside for Wilson. Evans makes the play. Here's a reload from Murphy. Troutman-Mendez there to set in the air. Lopez for Asperez. Now Hincamper on the play. Middle of the floor for Edgewood. Ball well struck but kept alive by Illinois Tech off Burkert's swing. Good job by Borkert to reset as well. But now Illinois Tech with their opportunity to try to come back and score. And the ball falls right to the left of Borkert after Evans actually did a good job. That was a good job by Evans getting a hand out. Borkert tried to at least make a play, but the ball just fell short of her spot on the court. It was a little out of her arms, the reach of her arms there. Wilson sends it over. Long run for Evans as Evans stops here in front of the table. Zukaskai sends it over. Ball played to the middle of the floor. Good job by Peyton Millen getting the kill. That was a great effort by Abby Evans. She literally ran from the other side of the floor, stopped right in front of me here at the table to keep that first ball alive for Edgewood. And Edgewood able to pay her efforts back with the point. 19-18 score here inside the Keating Center. Lopez plays it for Troutman-Mendez. That ball goes long, out of play. And Edgewood, just like that, has rallied back to tie Illinois Tech here late in set 4. Nita Zukaskai back to serve. And Jukaskite sends it over clean. Rifkin unable to play it, and the ace for Jukaskite gives Edgewood the 20-19 edge, and now Coach Johnston wants a timeout. Edgewood by 1, 20-19 here in set 4. Will they pull off the victory, or will Illinois Tech force a fifth and deciding set? We'll see what Mark Johnston and the Scarlet Hawks come up with on the other side of this break, here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live. Inside the Keating Sports Center in Chicago, Chris Rouse here on the call courtside, where the Edgewood Eagles have a 20-19 advantage here in set 4 over the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, looking to put the Scarlet Hawks away here in this fourth set. Meanwhile, Illinois Tech looking to force a fifth and deciding set. Still to come following this matchup, following the conclusion of this matchup, the Edgewood Eagles will take on the North Central Cardinals, where Edgewood looking to see if they'll be putting what would be a 2-match winning streak on the line against a 9-match winning streak for North Central if Edgewood can win this match here. 20 apiece, the score following the point from Illinois Tech. As now Asperez will serve for the Scarlet Hawks. Asperez with a service error, and Edgewood back up 1. Illinois Tech with the only timeout remaining here in this fourth set. Wonder if Coach Johnston will use it. Likely will use it later here, depending on where Edgewood takes the score. Jones on the reception. Troutman Mendez blocked at the top of the net. Simkowski and Borkert able to send Illinois Tech back. Coach Johnston walking towards the official. He is going to use the timeout. It's 22-20 Edgewood Eagles. And the Eagles and their fans that have traveled very well from Madison, Wisconsin, starting to feel it here in set 4. Edgewood 5-3 thus far this season. This, of course, their conference opener as well as they take on Illinois Tech. And Edgewood just looking to maintain the dominance that they've had over the NAC conference in women's volleyball the last few seasons. Once again, this is a team that won 24 matches a season ago. And, of course, they've won 4 straight against Illinois Tech. 6-1 all time since the two teams have become conference foes here in the NAC. And Edgewood with a 22-20 edge late here in set 4, looking to make it 5 straight match victories over Illinois Tech, and would also push the all-time series to 7-1 in favor of Edgewood over the Scarlet Hawks. Last time Illinois Tech defeated Edgewood, they defeated the Eagles on October the 8th. The irony of how we've been promoting Illinois Tech taking on Concordia Chicago on October the 8th. Well, the last time they beat Edgewood was October the 8th, 2021. That was a 3-2 Illinois Tech win. That was in Madison, Wisconsin. But since then, it's been all Edgewood, including the 3-1 win that the Eagles took from Illinois Tech last season on October the 3rd. Well, here on September the 20th, Edgewood getting the serve from Peyton Millen. As now here's Francis goes to the front of the net, and the kill for London Francis, who's certainly been a bright spot for Illinois Tech. Now, I don't want to say one of the lone or few bright spots. Both teams have had plenty of bright spots. But Francis has been a key contributor for Illinois Tech going back to her performance in set 2. Troutman Mendez to serve. Certainly a key contributor for Illinois Tech this season. Leads the team in kills. Ball played to the back line with Wilson. They set up Troutman Mendez for the kill. Blocked at the net. Maybe it just hit the net as Edgewood takes a 23-21 edge. No more timeouts. Both teams will have to play it out from this point. Remember, Edgewood won set 1 25-17, set 2 25-19. Illinois Tech took set 2 25-14. London Francis with 4 kills in that set for Illinois Tech. That's how she was a key contributor earlier. Here's Gunderson, who's going to get an ace for Edgewood. And now Edgewood looking at match point right here to try to put the Scarlet Hawks away. Edgewood, you can hear their coaching staff saying start talking here. They just defeated Dubuque in their last outing. Would love to follow it up with a win here against Illinois Tech. Ball goes in the air. Francis gets the kill. Big time play for London Francis. Edgewood on the verge of going to a 3-match winning streak. Not so fast. Illinois Tech with Francis getting the point. Edgewood in their previous 2 matches, they swept St. Olaf and they swept Dubuque. But all 6-set wins were by 2. Sebastio sends it over. Gunderson sets up Borker. Ball blocked at the top of the net by Midget, but it goes out of play. And that will do it as the Edgewood Eagles defeat the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks by a score of 3-1. They took set 1 by a score of 25-17. They lost set 2, 25-14 to Illinois Tech, but they come back to win set 3, 25-19, and win set 4 by a score of 25-22. So good way to start the day if you're an Edgewood Eagles fan, as they win this matchup by a score of 3-1 over Illinois Tech. Edgewood now will go to 6-3 on the season, and they have now won 3 straight matches. They swept St. Olaf, they swept Dubuque, had to go 4 against Illinois Tech in order to win this one, but they get the job done nonetheless, winning once again 3-1. Illinois Tech will resume action at 5 p.m. when they take on North Central. Edgewood should be in action in approximately about 45 minutes, scheduled for 2:30 p.m. first serve. But our clock here in the Keating Center says 51 at the minute, so approximately 2:30 p.m. the Edgewood Eagles will take on the North Central Cardinals in match 2 of our tri-match. This has been match 1 where the Edgewood Eagles win it 3-1 over the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Once again, our final 3-1 Edgewood. They won 25-17 set 1, 25-19 set 3, 25-22 in set 4, and then they dropped set 2 by a score of 25-14. Let's see how both teams adjust in their second match of the day. Edgewood getting set to take on North Central at approximately 2:30 p.m. Illinois Tech will take on North Central themselves at 5 p.m. later. This wraps up match 1. I'm Chris Rouse. This has been another presentation of Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's volleyball here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network and on YouTube Live.